We are going live today. We are answering questions, and this has been a great series. Day in, day out, everybody comes in, asks questions. We post a few people up who have unique situations, and through that, everybody gets to learn. The whole idea of this live sessions is not to just give information, it's to help practitioners and people who want to learn. So if you're coming in, tell me where you're from. And if you want to go live, I just need to know why you want to go live. Say, I want to go live for this reason. Wow, there's already some people, but you got to tell me why you want to go live. Where are you from? Hey, guys. And coming a little bit earlier today, yes. South Africa, hello, hello, hello. We're getting Africa, Asia, Malaysia. Hey, Malaysia. I can't wait to be over there. We're coming to the Philippines soon. Arkansas and New Jersey. Hey, guys. Hello from Lebanon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sweet seeing you. Nice seeing you too. If you guys want to go live, just tell me why you want to go live. I want to go live because of this. So, yeah, we're going to be talking about a bunch of different things. I'm working on a new performance program, by the way. Because what happens when you get all released from fascia maneuvers? What's the next step? I can't wait to share that with you. I'm 24, earned very well, been drinking problem. Yeah, 24 with a drinking problem. Means that you're trying to process sadness. I would do literally I just start doing the stress reset and the organ reset twice a day. If you're able to, grab some of our supplements off the website. They'll take down that reason why you want to drink. That's really that emotion. That's when the sadness comes up, it viscerally fires in the body. Yeah, and guys, I don't demonize anything. If you, when I was going through my process, I drank 1 to 2 bottles of wine a day. So, so this is something that you're going to go through. People are, and especially when they get into this position in health, they're very demonizing of certain behaviors. And I'm like, heck no, I did it all. Those are coping mechanisms. I might do things differently, but wine really helped me through a period of time when I was dealing with sadness and I didn't know what it was. I was dealing with all my patient sadness and I was taking it in my body. I want to go live about fascia. Sorry, little thing, it's millions of ways. That's too broad of a topic. If you have an issue you want to solve, I'm not here to have a theoretical discussion about fascia. That's actually a waste of time in my mind. Once I tell you my theory, then it's how do you program it? Because we know so much. We know intracellularly, we know exactly what the body's doing at the cellular level, but we can't make it work together to feel good. That's a problem that we have right now. Hi, for the 28-day plan, where should I start? Also, 25 pills per day. Yes, that is real. If you took them out, it would be a scooper. It'd be like a small scoop. It's because that amount, when your stomach's empty, that amount of enzymes scours the stomach wall and the small intestines. It eats the stuff off the walls that's been stuck there, which is why we have problems in the first place. Hip not functioning. If your hip's not functioning, go do our lower reset. It's on our YouTube. Insulin resistance, take the stress down every day. 1 to 2 times per day, insulin resistance starts to go down right away. I would do the 28-day reset if I were you. I want to know more about fascia. Yep. 1 second, guys. Sorry, I had mastic gum stuck all over the place. You want to know more about fascia? If you want to know more about fascia, take our 28-day reset. We describe it in there. And you get to learn about it because learning more knowledge about fascia ain't going to help you. Learning how to use it is going to help you. But you have to learn more knowledge. You have to feel it, and that's what the 28-day reset is. Practitioners that didn't go through the 28-day reset virtually never get the process. People who go through the 28-day reset and work on themselves are better than most practitioners that we train. Pain, colic, left side of lower belly. Not sure if it's related to late period. And this is for Normaz. Yes, so that's just go to our right now. Do it right now. Go to our lower reset on our YouTube channel, or get to the link in the bio. Go do that, and then come back in like 20 minutes and tell us how you feel. My guess is your pain will be gone. Hi, from Hamilton, Ontario. Hey there. Swollen second toe on left foot for a couple months. That's to do predominantly with your digestion. It could be another organ, but predominantly digestion follows that path as the most dominant. What I want you to do, and this is for Looks like Elise Rothman. I want you to go and do the lower reset and the barefoot sprinter routine number 2. Lower reset, barefoot sprinter routine number 2. Do that daily. That swollen second toe should go down pretty quick. Herniated disc, 5 for lumbar. That's just go do our lower reset. That'll help pretty well. But if you have herniations, almost guaranteed, your body's chronically dehydrated. I'm using mastic gum, putting it on a tooth. So you have to excuse me while I do this here. So I'm just putting it on a tooth here. Trying something new. I've been working on my teeth because my teeth, I didn't care for my teeth when I was younger at all. When I went through my detox, my teeth had a tougher time detoxing. So there's some stuff happening, so I chose not to do anything. So I'm putting mastic gum on it. Heck, when are you ever going to get to a time in your life, again, when you could actually test some of this stuff out? So I had a tooth that chipped and then started to change color, but the root didn't die. So I'm like, no pain, no damage. It's only basically ego that would get me to do something about it. So I'm just letting it hang out, seeing what's happening, but things are changing. No pain at all, which is cool. Eliminate oxytocin from your brain. You want to eliminate oxytocin from your brain. Not sure why. First of all, your brain experiences a rush of hormones, but your brain tells you what your body's experienced, and then adjusts accordingly. So your brain isn't the command center. Your body has an interstitium, which is a brain, and that interstitium has 100 trillion nerve endings, where your brain has 100 billion nerve endings. So which brain is bigger? It's the one in your body, that's for sure. I want to feel good in my body. Okay, if you want to feel good in your body, and this is SVM, just literally go do a stress reset right now. Come back in 15 minutes, tell us how you feel. How can I relieve SI joint pain? Go to the link in the bio, do the lower reset, really easy. Chronic headaches, go to the link in the bio, do our upper reset. If you got chronic headaches, usually dehydration, diatomaceous earth, and Irish sea moss right away. I'm just so tired all the time, want energy and more motivation. That's because your body's been running on stress too long. It's usually adrenal fatigue. And motivation means that there's a blockage here. When you get a blockage here, adrenal fatigue is very prevalent. So I would go do our 28-day reset. If you're not ready for that, go do the upper reset. Do that 1 to 2 times per day. Get your body some diatomaceous earth and Irish sea moss so it can start cleaning out and hydrating that area. I have chronic plantar fasciitis for 8 years. Had to wear braces. Okay. If you've had chronic plantar fasciitis for 8 years, I would do number 1, the lower reset, and the sprinter reset number 2, twice per day. Second thing I do is the 28-day reset. I wouldn't mess around. To have it that long means you have chronic dehydration of fascial tissue, which need to be fixed. There's nothing you're going to be able to do with your body. There's no medication that's going to solve this. The only way you're going to solve it is by getting fluid and flow in that area, in my opinion. My husband is 340 pounds and has trouble losing. Spent childhood starving, eating. Yeah, okay. I get it. Weight, trouble losing. Like when I showed those pictures of me being heavier, I hadn't changed my diet. My diet was the same for 4 years. Almost literally calorie-wise and what I ate based on when I did it. And I still gained weight. And that was proving to me that weight is not commensurate with food. It's commensurate with emotions, which food is a medication for those emotions. Because when we eat food, we fire hormones, which solves or gets out some of those emotions that are stuck in our body. So what I would have them do is do the stress reset, have them do that 1 to 2 times per day to start off with. Probably at 340 pounds, that would be the easiest way, the stress reset and the organ reset. Have them move to the lower reset after a couple weeks with the upper reset. And get him some diatomaceous earth and Irish sea moss. He won't have to do anything. The weight will start changing right away. And also a lot of the early childhood beliefs around food are going to start coming up. So that's why I recommend the 28-day reset. Plantar fasciitis, what's that? How come it's everybody's plantar fasciitis today? Right foot, and you'll struggle walking. I've seen physio chiro. Plantar fasciitis, okay. Lower reset, Barefoot Sprinter routine number 2. Get our foundation bundle of supplements or the equivalent to it ASAP. That should go away. If it's not gone out or significantly changed in 30 days, that means that you're not doing something right. So go ahead and do those right away and see how that works out. Wow, I have to go back. Wow, you guys are really putting in questions already. Hello from India, sir. I have started your program, but I have some confusion about thumb rotation in the mouth. I didn't get it. Can you please tell me once again? Thumb rotation in the mouth. Oh, so you're going to push up against the palate of the mouth, and you're going to go from your right side to your left side. If you want, you can suck. Super powerful if you suck. It opens up the fascia here and opens up the gateways way better. Over the organ reset, literally just go to the video and follow it. I'll just say a couple things. You can just put your hands right here, barely lightly touch. You can twist and torque. As long as you have 2 hands in 2 spots and you're breathing, it works. It's not as precise as you think it is, because it's not just working each one. When we say, let's say liver, it's not just working on liver, because liver and gallbladder, because through here, also stomach goes through here, also kidneys go through here. You have the actual organs themselves. So there's a mix of things that are going on there, okay? What is a master cancer? It's a cancer that when you take the degrees, it nets to a 2, like a 20-degree cancer, or a 2-degree cancer, or 11-degree cancer. Those are all master levels, or a 29-degree. That just means that if you're at the master level, it's not a pecking order. It doesn't mean you're better than other people. It means that you usually have had a harder life, especially up to 30 years old. You usually have this desire somehow to help the world, and it's like a calling, and you don't know what it is. That's what a master level is. Herniated discs, and this is for so herniated discs also need opposite gravity by balancing yourself upside down a couple times a week. If you're doing fascial maneuvers, upside down balancing will work. If you're not, I wouldn't recommend it. The reason why is because what it does is it pulls on the musculoskeletal system, and then it causes more imbalances. But if you just do quick fascial maneuvers, it's all good. But if you're not doing fascial maneuvers, the long-term effects of hanging upside down and decompressing that way tends to have lots of neck issues and jaw issues and ribs popping out and stuff like that. That's just my experience over the years. But if you just do the fascial maneuvers, the stress reset, that all goes away. What's the name of your YouTube channel? Human Garage. Can fascia work and help hammer toes? Yes, absolutely, it can. Yeah, my left foot and my right foot, because it was compressed, my right side was compressed, was a half size smaller by shoe. Like literally, the best way for me to buy shoes is to buy 2 pairs and wear uneven. Today, my feet are completely even. Let me show you. Can you guys see that? Can you see that? So slightly smaller, less dense on this is a little bit thicker here. And that's all changed. So my feet have changed a half size on the right. So I'm a half size bigger than I was 2 years ago. So yes, things can change. Guys, bones aren't structure. So if we move the structure on, which is the fascia, the bones have to accommodate. But some of them have been locked in that spot for so long, especially if you're like 50 or 60 like me. Injured myself coughing with COVID. Don't know if you've heard of a rib head. Yes, I have heard of a rib head. I've been a lot upper back issues. Okay, so and that's for Marilyn. Marilyn Mamoni. Okay, Marilyn Mamone. You need to just go and do her upper reset. I'd get diatomaceous earth, Irish sea moss. If you're still having issues and your body's not moving, it's because it's dehydrated, in my opinion. Can I do the 28-day reset without supplements? Absolutely, you can. Here's what I would recommend. Supplements, the body's designed, we did our reset without supplements, but what we did do is we took silica, we took horsetail, because at the time we weren't using diatomaceous earth, and we were using with the most available, least amount of ingredients, and some mineral, like a trace mineral at the worst, or like a fulvic, or or like a shilajit or an Irish sea moss. It's right now in today's world, you're breathing chemicals in your sky and in your food. Your bodies are chronically dehydrated. This is 100% of the population that we've tested. And I strongly recommend that you take silica and some sort of mineral. But if you don't have that, you can still do the reset. It just may take longer to get the adhesions out of your fascia. Can I fall asleep, wake up with monkey mind around 3:30? Okay, 3 to 5, that's because you're dealing with grief. So what I recommend you do is do the stress reset and organ reset before you go to sleep, or the whole lower reset, which you can get on our YouTube, or at the minimum, the organ reset. The organ reset should help you along. The other thing I would do is there's several maneuvers where we do elbow over, and you can get them on the seated fascia maneuvers, and there's a bunch in our YouTube and in our Instagram, and do those. Those open up the lungs, and any of the ones with the hands and the wrist also open up the lungs. Just do that before you go to sleep. Give yourself 30 minutes before, and usually you'll get through that. And if you probably go to the bathroom when you get up, which means your brain was up 30 minutes before. Hi, I'm from Australia. Left neck behind the ear, stiff and liver pain. Starting, okay, left neck behind the ear, stiff, liver pain starting the 28-day reset tomorrow. Tessa, don't worry, you're in the right space. Actually, man, is that you? I feel somebody here. I'm gonna do a liver reset right now. Let's take your hand on your xiphoid process, the bone there, go to the right, push into the liver gallbladder. Wow, that came out of nowhere. Take the other hand, put it on your trap, and then breathe with me, 3 through the mouth and 3 through the nose. 2, 3, through the nose, 2, 3. Let's do a quick jaw and ear reset too. Put a thumb in the ears. If you have nails, watch out. Turn the ears hard, open and close. Look up, open and close. Look down, open and close. Put your head down, look up to the right. Look up to the left. And then skier squat, go back and forth. Okay, your neck pain and your liver pain should be definitely transmuted, Tessa. If not, just do the rest of the practice today. Just do the lower reset. Ringing in air, TMJ struggle. Okay, ringing in air and TMJ struggle is related. Make sure you go to our upper reset and make sure you get your body hydrated. Those are the 2 biggest causes of tinnitus: is compression trauma, dehydration. Dehydration of the body can actually cause it, even if it's not around the ear. If you're dehydrated here, you'll have ringing. My bladder seems super weak. My bladder fills up really easy. I pass large amounts of urine frequently. Okay, this is for Tyra the spider. You are dehydrated, in my opinion. No questions. Go get diatomaceous earth, Irish sea moss. That's the first thing. Let's do a movement for you. So on your bladder, right on your pubic bone, pull the skin up right over the pubic bone. Step out with your left foot, lean back and pull up. Breathe in. Step with the other foot. I'm only doing 3 breaths quickly. Do that along with the psoas release. Ooh, that felt good. That will help you and get your body hydrated. That will help you. I've started your work on YouTube, but have confusion about thumb rotation. I think we got that. Fascia and tonsil connections for kids. Yes. Stuff can get stuck in the throat or the inclusion. This one really powerful. Pull the skin down. Take care. Pull the neck skin up. Pull it apart and squat. I would move that. Also the vagus nerve release, where you pin the fascia here, twist it, turn it around like this. I would do these ones for your kids, or have them do it first, because as you move the fascia around this area, it will move the fascia on the inside of the neck. Tonsils will adjust their position because quite often the tonsils will be agitated or pulled, whatever. And quite often as the fascia comes up to the neck, it goes right into there. Imagine it's all going in, it's in the mouth. So if you got pulling there, it's going to pull your neck one way. Overeating, especially in the evening, right next before going to bed. Never feel full. If you don't feel full, you're Leo August 5th. Yay! And you're Orangeville, Ontario. A couple of things you're doing is you're not absorbing your food right now, or nutrients in your food. So that when you eat food, like I'll give you an example. We went out to a restaurant. We ate restaurant food 3 times in a row because it's Cynthia's birthday. So we had one in the morning. We had some restaurant food in the afternoon. We went the next day and had some restaurant food. I became hungry and wanted to eat throughout the entire day. And the restaurant food was organic as well. So why is it that I all of a sudden became hungry outside my normal eating patterns? And it's because my body wasn't absorbing the food. There's preparation, the type of food and what I need or don't need. And there's also chemicals that are in the food. There was no chemicals in this food. I tested it. But what it is on top of that is it's the energy you put into the food. So feeling a full, and if you're not absorbing in your small intestine, that's where the issue is going to be. So for you, it looks like JCN, JCFB. I would literally go and do the 28-day reset. It's not going to get better from here if you don't do anything about it. And that will change you right away. Right now, until you get there, go do the lower reset twice a day. That'll take your stress hormones down, and because when your stress hormones go up, you're going to crave food. Your body's going to crave something. It's going to crave fats, sugars, oils, wheats, stuff like that in order to satiate itself, carbohydrates. Second here, swollen left knee. Swollen left knee is not feeling supported by the feminine or emotional aspects in your life. Lower reset, barefoot sprinter routine number 2. Do that twice per day. Most likely the swelling. Anytime you get swelling in an area, I've always found fascial, if there's no like acute injury, I've always found dehydration of fascial tissues. So diatomaceous earth, Irish sea moss. You can pretty much say if you're on this call and you're looking about a health issue that you can take diatomaceous earth and Irish sea moss. I don't have to say too much about it. I mean, we're talking 10,000 active patients. We were having people that were struggling with protocols. People are doing okay and people are doing excellent. We took an added silica to all of their protocols. Overnight, the results tripled in everybody. So, and this is where we started realizing why. So we realized what the deficiency was, but where was it coming from? And in the sky, we're spraying barium, strontium, aluminum. Barium depletes our body silica. No silica, we don't absorb the minerals. So you could take salt and you can put your Himalayan sea salt and all that in. It doesn't matter. And you don't absorb minerals. You don't hold the processed water. You don't hold in processed water, your hormones aren't going to be properly firing either. Swollen sublingual gland, possible saliva. So do the upper reset, get your body, this is for Paulette La Rosa. Do our upper reset, get our foundation bundle of supplements right away. That will change like very, very, very quick. Do the upper reset twice a day, take the supplements, get diatomaceous earth and Irish sea moss at the least. We're not demanding or saying that you have to take our supplements. We'll tell you how we made them. Ours are better than taking the raw ingredients because we have some patented stuff that goes along with it. But I would rather you just have it. Liver issue like psoriasis. So liver issues, psoriasis is a skin condition, but I get where you're going at. So liver issues, simply do the lower reset, get the foundation bundle supplements or the hydration, and that will start to go away. Just do it twice a day. Liver issues, fatty liver, stuff like that, within a month goes away right away. Receding gums, upper reset, diatomaceous, do the foundation bundle supplements, upper reset, and do it twice a day. Gum receding, you usually change within a month. You'll have a change or a noticeable difference in the way your gums react. Autoimmune disease, do our 28-day reset. Don't mess around. I've got liver enzymes overactive, polycystic syndrome, how could it fascial release? It's taking down the stress. So your liver enzymes are overactive. Your body's working too hard. Royce Hunter, healing. So take your body out of stress 1 to 2 times per day. It doesn't matter, and get your body hydrated. Those are the 2 issues. So I would do the lower reset 1 to 2 times per day. I get diatomaceous earth and Irish sea moss, and that stuff should start to clear itself up or change within the first month. It will usually. Chronic 24/7 bloating, nothing helped. Okay, this is for Helen Fitz, IFB Pro. Okay, Helen, go do our lower reset right away. Just go do the lower reset and help. If you're IFB Pro, most likely because of the dehydration that you go through to get ripped, the stomach meridians down here and through the ileocecal valve that looks, people see all that rip through there. Those are your valves that are actually drying up in there. so doing the psoas release, which is in the lower reset, that will help right away. Ashley, do you want to go live? Let's do this. Fritchis. This is a good one because this is probably pretty easy to resolve. So let's see if Helen's going to join us here. Need help with your program on YouTube about thumb rotation palace flight. Okay. Hello, Helen.
Hi.
So IFBB Pro. Where'd you compete?
Yeah. At 65 years old.
Whoa. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
I got my pro card on my 60th birthday.
Oh my goodness. I did that. I mean, I went that direction back in the 80s. So, I mean, quite a bit earlier. And you're older than me. Wow. So,
well, it's funny because all of a sudden now the last 2 or 3 years, I've had this chronic bloating, and I've done all the testing. I've taken out foods out of my diet, and still just. That
stuff never works. Like take from somebody who's done that for 20,000 times with people over the last 12 years, 15,000 in my clinic. Doesn't work. So tell me a little bit about yourself. When's your birthday?
July 18, 1957.
Oh, you're a master level cancer. You got a couple OCD tendencies? Like.
Could be.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're super, super smart. You like to get stuff done. You're a leader in what you do. You're willing to pay the price. You're a perfectionist, which is part of the issue. So these are all things that just contribute to what you're going to work through. Are you able to put up your camera somewhere and do a movement with me? Or?
Yeah. Hold on.
Where did you compete, by the way?
As far as, I mean, I compete all over the U.S. I'm a flight attendant, so I fly. I mean, I can fly for free. So
who do you fly? Who do you fly for?
American.
So I did 300,000 miles a year for 15 years, which puts me almost at flight attendant status. So I know it. I'm going to tell you, because what happens in the airplane, it goes from 0 to between 5 and 6,500 feet of pressure. It does that within 2 minutes. The new Dreamliners, you notice how if you do notice, you'll be less bloated or feel less tired after a flight on the new Dreamliner. It's because they gradually raise the pressure up. But all the older planes, the pressure goes, and what that does is it takes your kidneys and your bladder in particular and puts them in stress for 3 days. Then your body has to regulate the water. So if you just do the lower reset after you get off of a flight, like within an hour of getting off a flight, your kidneys actually won't go through that whole swelling stage. It'll take 2 days out of that process, by the way. I have a lot of pilots, including fighter pilots, that I work with.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I've been flying for 37 years.
Wow.
So.
Wow, holy shit. Do you have one of those Marry Me, Fly for Free shirts?
I used to, yes.
Okay, so we're going to do a simple psoas release, okay? It's on the right side. So what we're going to do is take your belly button and you go 2 inches to the right and 2 inches down. That's right over the right hip. That's your ileocecal valve. Okay, that is your when you get bloated, that valve is stuck almost 100% of the time. Okay, so what I want you to grab both hands, pull the skin up through there, so you feel the skin going right into the thigh. Okay, that is your stomach and your spleen. Okay, now lunge forward with your left foot. Okay, look upwards, back. Turn your body a little bit to the left and breathe. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, good. Now walk around a little bit. I want you to feel the difference between your right hip and your left hip too.
Oh, I definitely feel a difference. As a matter of fact, I go to a chiropractor. I mean, I have really tight hips. I think it's probably from lifting weights, but it's funny you say that about the tight hips.
You have tight hips, not from lifting weights, it's from fascial constriction. What if I told you that muscles can't get tight? Muscles are wrapped in fascia. Fascia constricts, and then I can't lift the muscle, and it affects the joint, the nerve, the tendon. If I remove the constriction, I can move it. It's a myth that muscles get tight. So what I want you to do for the second part of this is, once you take one hand, your right hand, right on the hip, and the left hand go up right on the rib cage, so right up along the side up the rib cage where the obliques are, and then do the same thing, pull, and then stretch back and open up. Breathe. Okay. Now move around a little bit. Now you're going to feel like you got a little bit more action, a little bit more breathing. Take a deep breath and see if your right lung works better.
I can feel it. I can feel a difference.
Okay, so this is what I want you to hear from this message today is that when you have movement of your fascia, your body respirates more, it vasodilates more, it moves nutrients more. When we have lack of movement, all those things are neglected. So this is what you're doing. You just do this. This is like a modification to the psoas release. You do this second one and the first one. You do that every day. You're not going to have a bloating issue anymore. But other things are going to come up. So I'm going to give you some other stuff. So let's do the other side. So go on the left hip, right above the left hip, pulling up, lunge forward with the right foot, lean back, and breathe. Whoa, that one gave me a little bit of a head rush too. Walk around a little bit. So I'm pioneering a new belief in body dynamics because I was building muscles since the 80s. Now I'm building fascia muscles called fascials. I named them. So where I used to get like a bicep head that looked like it was very muscular, mine is very, very soft and meaty. But what it does, so it looks like I have fat on it almost, but you see the shape still. But what happens is that I can completely hyper rotate, dislocate my shoulder, put my foot above my head. So basically fascia, what I'm promoting is the fascia growth over the muscle growth, because anything you act on the body, it will respond. And so my belief was I took my muscles down to zero, literally wound them down, because I used to have 30-inch quads. And it literally only the last 3 years got those 30-inch quads down to pants I can wear like a normal person. And this is after like 40 years of this. Okay, let's take the second part. Take your left hand, pull it right on the hip. The right hand, pull it up around the rib cage, pull that skin up. Lunge forward with your right foot, lean back. Whoa. Okay, now walk around a little bit, see how that feels.
Definitely a release. I can feel the release.
And how's your mind feel?
Well, I'm a little congested, and that's another thing too. I mean, I have this like chronic congestion also.
Okay.
So
Okay, so take your ears, grab them like this, and you're gonna pull this way. Okay, really, really hard. It's gonna hurt. Look up and breathe. Chin to chest, breathe. And when you get there, pull in your spine, pull in your rectum, and pull your ears to the floor. Breathe. Look up to the right, like you're swimming, and breathe. Look up to the left, and breathe. And then ski or squat, and just go back and forth like a rocking motion. Okay, come on up and look around and walk around.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, take a look around your smell, but also look around. Watch your eyes. So walk around and just feel your body. See, when we do things like bodybuilding or we do things like extreme sports, what we do is we stretch into our bag of skin and fascia. So that constricts other areas. So now you feel pretty open, right?
I do. I really do.
Okay, so let's do a jaw release. This is really going to kick you. Put your finger in. Do you have nails?
Yes.
Oh, be careful. Put your fingers in here. Open up. Hurt. Squat. Okay, this is not only going to help your face and your jaw and your neck and your sinuses. It's going to help your, okay, walk around. It's going to help your sacrum, your tailbone, your feet be more mobile. See, I was a biohacker back in the day. I'm a biohacker. I'm still a biohacker, but a real biohacker because we didn't have tools back in the 80s. How do you feel now?
I feel, yeah, much clearer, and my hips are a lot looser.
Hips are a lot looser, right? Yeah, isn't that cool? And your brain is clearer too, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting ready to go to the gym, actually. So, yeah, so this is going to be a great start to the day.
So before you go to the gym, what I want you to do, I want you to take 20 minutes and go to our YouTube and do our lower reset. Okay? Now you have a very, very, very good idea. You track your stuff. I would imagine as a cancer who's a master level cancer, you track every little detail. So, or you don't.
I do.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I figured you do. So why don't you do that and then tell us what happens different in your workout routine, and just if you want to put a post about it and tag us, or just send us a message in DM. I'm curious.
All right, I will.
Okay, so for you, your weight, what I would do is there's an upper reset and a lower reset on our YouTube. I would just take and do a minimum of one of those each day. It will change your entire workout routine. It'll change it really fast. Okay.
That's awesome. What a pleasant surprise. Thank you so much.
When's your next competition?
It's probably going to be in the fall. I have some family vacations coming up, so I can't meal prep, while I'm over in Europe drinking wine on a boat. So.
Okay, well, that's good. Well, listen, keep us up to date. Let us know how, and implementing fascial maneuvers, the couple things that you want to do is you want to recognize, number one, if I remove a restriction, I have more force, so I can generate more. So if I want to get more, I remove more. The second thing is that if you do fascial maneuvers, you will recover your body instantaneously. All the recovery products that you try to take, you do one stress reset, and all the recovery products you take afterwards, this is better than that because it puts your body into parasympathetic within 15 minutes. And you can take all the recovery products, and that's all it's trying to do is get your body into parasympathetic.
Awesome. Thank you, Garry. Thank you so much.
Look forward to seeing. Please post and share it with us. We'll repost.
I will do. Thank you so much. Have
Okay,
a great
awesome. Looking forward to it. Bye-bye.
All right, how do I get out of this?
Okay, so we're going to go live with Kuwait here in a minute. You might have to X out like this completely. Going to be going live here with okay, so from Kuwait here. So you have to, I think you have to, if your account's not private. Okay, let's try it again. There it is. Okay, and we're going to be talking to H2 water experts after this as well. So super, super cool. Take an IFTV. Hello. How are you?
Hello, very well. How are you?
Fantastic. What time is it in Kuwait?
It's 5 in the afternoon.
5 in the afternoon. So this is not a bad time. Okay, I got it now.
Time.
So tell everybody your name and then your birthday.
Okay, my name's Intisar, and my birthday is the 12th of September.
So you're a Virgo, and you're a Sagittarius Virgo. So you're extremely trying to learn everything, embody everything, and fix everything. What's going on with what do you do in Kuwait? Like, why is it that you care so much, and why is it you're doing what you do?
Well, I have an NGO in Kuwait that uses positive psychology and theater in the education. Sorry, down. In the education, so we use theater. I'm so sorry. He just
Yeah, it's
likes
okay.
being cheap. So we use theater in schools to stop bullying and to turn it into kindness. And also we use positive psychology in schools for better education, for a better environment. And what else? And we use positive psychology also in the corporate world. And so that's what we do in Kuwait. Oh my God, sorry. Stop it.
So,
Okay. Mojo, say hello. Mojo?
hey Mojo, how you doing?
Oh. Okay, now go.
Yeah.
I'll try to get rid of him if I can. So far we have 1 million people who've subscribed to what we do. We've
1 million
had
people?
an amazing 10 years.
Did you say
amazing?
1 million people?
Yes. Between our newsletters, our events, our school programs, we've had around 1 million people.
Wow. So we're looking at coming over and doing some work with you over there.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and there's some other people that keep coming and saying, come to Kuwait. I've sent them all to you, by the way.
Oh,
Have they talked to you?
no. Not yet. Not
Okay.
yet.
Okay.
Abdullah Al-Faraj. Okay, Abdullah, yalla, let's work on getting the human garage to Kuwait.
So tell me a little bit about, because one of the reasons why we want to come there is there's a lot of generational trauma because of the occupation. What does that look like over there for like a young woman?
Yeah. So I'm one of the victims of war trauma, and I was around 20 in my early 20s, and I had two young babies, two young daughters. And I only lasted 2 weeks because we literally had to flee because they were looking for my grandmother. My uncle was the most wanted man, so we had to flee the country. But I remember the bombs, I remember the guns, I remember being terrified having to run from one home or to escape from one home to the other so they don't find us. We were about 45 people in a 2-bedroom house. I had 2 young children that I was trying to make sure that they're not traumatized by the war. And so when there was bombing in the palace in front of where we're staying, where we're hiding, I kept telling them, oh, it's they're fireworks. And so exactly, I just tried to keep things away from them. And I'm lucky that they don't really remember the invasion much. I tried to make it to make them be as carefree as possible, but that had affected me because I was internalizing and suppressing all my fear.
Yes.
And so that really, I only felt that after when I was really violent with my daughter, and I realized this is not me. Who's this person?
So you actually had some violence come out of you in direction towards your daughter. Yes, and that's really common because one of the things that I want to say is that we think that we're protecting our children. I mean, I thought when I was arrested by the U.S. government, and because I wouldn't turn over information that I was holding that was legally held on people, and I was an encryptor, and I tried to hide that from my children. And what happened was they felt all the energy, but they didn't have a way to reconcile. And this is part of what we teach, is that if I have a trauma with you, but I don't tell you about it, you feel it. But in the physical world, you don't know what happened. Yep. So there's a malfunction of the nervous system trying to sync up and say, why do I feel this around this person, but why isn't it there? So did you find your children had that experience?
I never really discussed it with them. I know my youngest says she really doesn't remember being so scared during the invasion or being a refugee. I mean, they remember because we moved to the UK for them to study after. They remember that, but they don't remember a lot about.
But what about their life? So they're likely not to remember the trauma because we block it out. But how has it affected you and your health, and them and their health, and the people and the women that around your time? Because you were in your 20s,
yes,
young women. So how are the women affected from that trauma, and what do you notice in society?
I know one of the things we're working on basically is to have more legislation around social psychological support, so societal psychological interventions. That's one of the things we're working on. And basically in Kuwait, and we've just been part of a survey, and we've found more than normal compared to others in the same situation of depression, hopelessness.
Quite a bit higher numbers, right?
Higher than you would get in such a such a society, and that's why I know that we need to work on having, releasing the trauma, which was not done on a societal way in Kuwait, or
So what happens?
Done on a bigger scale.
So here's what happens. Part of my learning about the human body and fascial maneuvers came out of this was an understanding of fascia in the body in a different way. One of them that I realized is that as the baby's developing in the womb, there's no neocortex until the 9th month. The neocortex is what lets us personalize or separates us from things. It gives us the ability to have perception. So that means that the baby itself has no separation from the mom's emotions, thoughts, feelings, and stuff like that. So here's a really crude example, but okay, so there's bombing when the baby's in the womb, and then so 20 years later, a car backfires, goes boom, and then all of a sudden it brings up all of the emotions of the bombing, and it brings up the mom's narrative as well, because the narrative, it's a thought. The baby doesn't have to have the words. It has the thought and the feeling embedded in the nervous system. That's meant to protect the baby as we get older, because the mother has caring in the environment, and the baby is supposed to learn that from the mother. Now, when the environment is malfunctioning, then that baby takes it as part of their core operating system, their programming. What we found is we stopped in the world of knowing about fascia, what does fascia do? And we started going where our strength was, which was programming fascia, understanding what's fascia saying to us and how to program it. And this is what we want to do with you. So and with the people in Kuwait, since you started the fascial maneuvers, what's happened in your life? How are things changing in your world?
There was a lot of emotions the first few times. There was sadness, grief coming up, aversion to continuing, and I'm blessed that I am aware of these things, and I know that when there's an aversion. It's not because it's bad for me; it's because it's something new that I haven't done. But it doesn't feel bad, the aversion, as much as it's more fear-based. So that's definitely one thing that I've realized. It's much easier now. I think on day 18 of the 28-day challenge.
Yeah.
And in between, I've been doing it for more than 18 days. But in the days that I don't do the full 45 minutes, I do the 15-minute reset.
Sure.
And that helps. Sometimes I don't have 45 minutes, or I think I don't have 45 minutes.
Right.
Again, that's
yeah. But after you do it, then you find you have the time.
Exactly. But I am continuing. I'm really proud of myself that I'm continuing. I find things much easier. I flow better. My emotions, like I did the 15-minute this morning, and I started in one emotion, ended up in another one. There is more freedom. I think it's more freedom.
Freedom. Yeah. So the emotions are meant to flow. Yeah, emotions are meant to flow.
Exactly.
And what we do is we block them or stop them, and then the brain wants to keep them.
One of the biggest things I've noticed, basically, because I'm taking the supplements, which I love, especially the Kirk 30. I love that. And so more than 20 years ago, I got slapped on my right ear, and that caused a traumatic incident to me. And so it's my weak point, and every time something jarring happens in my life, that flares up.
Yeah.
So that's happened to me about 10 days ago, and the Kirk 30 does help. I still had to go to the doctor, and I did have to have antibiotic because it just didn't stop it. I think I needed to do much more, but it doesn't feel as bad as it usually does.
Right.
And I do the ear maneuvers. I don't work on the lymph because I don't want the infection to go down, but I am working on releasing at least the fascia. But the Kirk has helped me not break down after day 3 of the ear infection.
So I can actually even help you with the ear infection in the upper reset.
Yes.
If you do that, it'll open it up. The reason why there's an infection, imagine there's multiple layers of fascia. Each layer carries information and detox and toxins. What happens is if all of a sudden I get plugged up here, it can't get down here for detox. So then it builds up there. That's when the infection goes. So what you can do is start trying while you're not infected, do the upper reset.
Okay.
And upper resets on our YouTube. And that'll take you about 30 minutes, but it has a bunch of head, neck, and ear ones. And eventually that will go away. My guess is that the reason why you're having a chronic infection that keeps coming back is something triggers it and triggers an emotion, which triggers contraction. And then something blocks. And then the little amount of fluid that's getting there doesn't. And the other thing too is that if you take P3OM, which is from BioOptimizers, which is the enzymes, if you take those at a high dosage, between 6 and 10 a day, that works the same as an antibiotic. What an antibiotic does is an antibiotic goes in and kills all the bacteria, and your body has to repopulate bacteria. A strong probiotic like this one, which is proteolytic, it's patented, what it does is it goes in and eats all of the bad bacteria. So it overwhelms it with and consumes it. So there's one way is to kill it all, and then just whatever straggles back in. The other way is to put a lot of good bacteria in there, which eat all the bad ones.
I do take. I do kombucha. I do kefir at home. I do fermented.
You'd have to be the pill.
Yeah.
The concentration.
Yeah. The thing is, I think, is that the one with the 28-day supplement that you're going to take? Yeah, I've ordered that. It just takes forever to arrive. I think it's
hopefully we're going to change that with you. We're going to be able to have in-country distribution.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, our
whole
goal is to make
perfect.
Our whole goal is to make the products accessible, because the foundation bundle supplements is actually medication. People don't realize it. It's not curcumin. It's a medication. It's a pharmacology product that's put back into the natural source. And the reason why we do that is if you take the isolate, which is the thing that makes it anti-inflammatory, and you put it into petroleum, you're going to have a side effect. But if you put it back into the curcumin, you don't have a side effect. It's the way that pharmacology, we believe, should have been made, and we believe it all will be made like that shortly. So it's just a different way of doing pharmacology.
Yeah, I know there's something different. You know why? After starting the supplements and the maneuvers, my face was more bloated, and it's slimmed down. And my nose, I noticed my nose suddenly became very slim.
Yes. So now you do the upper reset on the YouTube.
Once I do the before and after pictures, my nose is just slimmer. It's visibly slimmer. Okay,
so go take a before picture, do the upper reset, take an after one right after.
Okay.
Because you're already at that stage where everything's moving, and you'll see how fast it moves.
I do that after I finish the antibiotic, right? Because I started already.
It's okay. It doesn't matter. Just do the upper reset. The upper reset's the movements. Just do a before picture, do the upper reset, and then do a after picture, and you'll see a change right away. So listen, I've got to move on. I've got a couple more questions. I wanted to thank you for all you do out there in Kuwait. We're looking forward to working with you. We're working with the Philippines. We're going to invite you if you want to view it and see what it looks like. We're going to be doing a countrywide there. We're doing a VIP one in a couple of weeks. Then we're doing an online one for tens of thousands of people. And then we're going to do an in-person one there for like 15 to 20,000 people. So we'd like for you to watch that and say, this is what we can do with Kuwait.
Wonderful. Thank you for what you're doing, and have a wonderful day ahead. Bye.
So awesome talking to you. And by the way, you just so everybody knows, you're a princess, right?
Yes.
It's an honor.
Thank you. The honor is all mine. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, that was cool. Yes, that's super, super cool. Thank you. I can see that the chat all went in Arabic all of a sudden there. That's cool. I can't read the Arabic. I'm sure she can. If she can go back there and to Star, if you can go back and take a look if there's anybody needs answering. There's a lot of comments in Arabic. My Arabic is a little rusty, like very rusty, like none. uh, yeah, domestic abuse, hiding from your kids. You didn't really hide it from them. They just have this weird feeling that they got to resolve. If their kids are older right now, doing fascial maneuvers with them, the trauma release, like doing the lower reset with them on a daily basis, it will release the trauma together. They won't even know it's coming out, which is cool. Okay, let's go to, I'm going to bring up somebody else here, but let's get some questions. I had chemo, breast cancer, followed by radiotherapy. The areas that gave me radiotherapy feel solid and uncomfortable. Yeah, I would immediately get the foundation bundle supplements. I would immediately do the 28-day reset immediately. Just, you guys, the adhesions is those layers of fascia, those areas that feel hard or solid, uncomfortable. Those will break up, but you need to get your body hydrated again. After chemo, your body is going to be dehydrated as crap. So preemies separated from their mothers, more traumatic than a full-term baby. Yes, preemies and the mother, as you may know, feel guilt and shame usually, like they did something wrong. So what I would do is with your preemie, if your baby's still a baby, hold them, do fascial maneuvers, breathe, because what happens is you start emotionally releasing, and they feel that. Actually do the feel release in the water with them. It's super powerful. In Hinduism, we have a story about how the babies know what the mothers feel and hear. Yes, that's true. It's a way of advising pregnant mothers to look for mental health. Wow, super cool. Yes, actually, as a matter of fact, we think that we're protecting babies. Babies come into this world conscious, we're unconscious. So we say the age of consciousness or consension is 12 and 13. That's the age that they become unconscious and they're in this world fully. Being conscious isn't in this world. Being conscious is being connected between the two worlds. Because things happen in this energy. And we are energetic beings that are having a physical experience. Let's go H2 water experts. It's going to be interesting here. Hey, Shane, how you doing?
Good, Gary. How you doing, man?
Good. So what's going on up there in Canada? First of all, so everybody knows, Shane McCarthy, H2 Water Experts. When's your birthday?
April 2nd.
April 2nd. So he's almost an April Fool's baby. My sister's an April Fool's baby. So so you skipped that by a day, thank goodness. Hey, so you people see you on our social media all the time. And I want you to do me a favor and talk a little bit about hydrogen and what the production of hydrogen in the body and how it affects it, because that's a really big issue. People don't understand it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something that is becoming more and more understood, and that makes me happy, but it's still going to be a bit of a progress having people understanding, like, oh, hydrogen in your water, like isn't the water H2O, like doesn't it already have hydrogen in it? And that's where I come in to help educate people on the benefits of H2 when it's dissolved into your water. So first things first, your body has the ability and should be creating up to 10 liters of this hydrogen a day. And this hydrogen created in your body is meant to reduce oxidative stress. It's what keeps the exhaust from the energy that you use on a daily basis balanced. So when you're using energy, just like in a car, you're going to have a reaction to the energy being used, and that comes in the form of oxidative stress. And that is a big problem for a lot of people nowadays, not only due to the food that we eat, the drinks that we drink, the air that we breathe, but just the overall stress in life. We are riddled and overrun by oxidative stress, and that's why we need to supplement with hydrogen. On top of that, because of the food that we eat, the drinks that we drink, and air that we breathe, a lot of people aren't creating that 10 liters of hydrogen in their gut like they're supposed to keep up with a normal amount of oxidative stress. So that's why now more than ever it's important to supplement with hydrogen. And on top of that, I would like to say that, making sure that your water is purified and filtered properly is also a big, huge subject that needs to be taken care of. I mean, you're in Mexico, you should understand the importance of filtering your water properly at this point.
Oh yeah.
And
as a matter of fact, our machine just requested a filter.
Really, eh? You guys must be ripping through the water down there, and that's awesome. When you're using the filters more than expected, that means you're using and getting the benefits out of the machine.
Well, I'll tell you a couple of little things. So, first of all, let's tie a bow around that. The oxidative stress that comes from our daily activities is neutralized. The best free radical is hydrogen. It's better even than our power curve because it's naturally produced in the body. But the body, under even a mild amount of stress, instead of 10 liters, is 5 liters. Even under an average stress level, you're down to 2 to 3 liters of hydrogen you're producing. And if you have a lot of stress, you're not producing any at all anymore.
Yeah.
And so that's one thing. The other thing too is so we've been trying it out. Like if we get a bug bite, like we have these fire ants here, or a mosquito, what we do is take the acid water number 2 and put it right on the skin. Now, this here, okay.
Yeah.
This was wiped out, and this was 2 days ago. So it's been 48 hours, and it completely scarred over here, my knee, all that. I was running the dog, Rottweiler. Sorry, no, she's a pit bull. She was running with me. She ran across to me, took me out of my legs, and I literally went down on the concrete. And the only place that scraped was the only part where I have a meridian that's tight still. The rest of it didn't even scrape. But this is like in 48 hours, it's completely healed. It's like the surface is healed. There's virtually no scabbing. And that's all we did is put the acid water on right away.
Yeah, no, that's one of the really cool, like the acidic water to the hydrogen machines are definitely the unsung hero. The benefits that you get from that are very, very cool, especially like if, let's say you have kids, they're going to be doing what kids do, out running around and stuff like that. When they scrape their arm or knee and stuff like that, just like you did, like, what do you want to do? You could use some, whatever you got in the medicine cabinet, or you got an unlimited source of the acidic water, which has the ability to disinfect and kill E. coli, staph, salmonella, all on contact.
Yeah, it kills it within 30 seconds of contact. So it's actually better than the antibiotic creams that we used to put on there. Because the antibiotic creams don't always kill every version, but this kills every version of it. It'll kill MRSA, MRSA.
Yeah, which is wild.
AIDS.
I mean, externally. We're not suggesting you go and start drinking acidic water if that's something that you're dealing with.
You're saving me from a Trump incident.
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Okay, I got it. Thank you for saving me from the Trump incident.
I got you, buddy.
So the one thing I want people to hear is when you're drinking actually H2O.
Yep.
Is that good? Regular H2O, is that good for you?
I mean, it's not as good for you as we thought it was. As we've discussed, H2O is a solvent, and so it's just drinking. What I say is that, if you're going to drink water, like drinking water is better than drinking no water at all. However, most of the water that you're drinking isn't affecting you or even absorbing the way that you want it to.
Yeah, most of the time people are drinking water, it's not absorbing. And most of the time they're drinking filtered water, which has no minerals. That lack of minerals is taking water out of them. That's why I like the Alkaviva system, because we mineralize before we go in. We filter while we're inside, and then it produces hydrogen and it cleans itself, which is really important, because the previous system that we had in there was the originator of the hydrogenated system, of the molecular system.
Yeah.
And
They're the OG alkaline water systems that many people have heard about, and that's great system, but they focus on the alkalinity.
yeah, and this one here, the cathode and the anode are different, so they keep switching so that the calcium can't get stuck to one, right?
Yeah. Long story short is they've eliminated the possibility of calcium scaling onto the machine, which guarantees you a lifetime of hydrogen production.
So you have all these different things on. If you follow H2 Water Experts, you can actually see you've got notes on how to use the water for skincare, how to use it for disease and disease prevention. You've got it for
washing.
Yeah, basically
washing
we can get water.
produce.
Go ahead.
Washing your produce.
And
cooking.
The cleaning on the counters and stuff like that. I mean,
Again, the unsung hero.
We have 3 years of cleaners trying to clean this mirror. One wipe with the acid water is gone.
It was. I mean, I've seen and used this water many times, but I love when I get little surprises like that. You know, I'm not expecting absolute miracles, but that was pretty cool because the thing with that piece of furniture was it's antique, right? The wood on it is very antique. You don't want to be using those chemicals and stuff like that on there. Using what essentially boils down to just water makes it a lot easier. You're getting that streak-free shine, not like the stainless steel. Cleaning stainless steel with the water is incredible. And then so it's also the same water that, you know, if you get a cut or a scrape, or Jordan knows a thing or two about using the acidic water on cuts.
He literally sliced his thumb off. And you know what? We had that happen with Jay's mom. Same thing, cut her thumb. We put it back on. We cauterized it with the water. It's just, I've seen a lot of injuries. I've healed I've worked to help the body heal from a lot of cuts and scrapes and deep ones. And this is amazing. Like Jordan's thumb, even his fingernail, he sliced through the fingernail and put the fingernail down. It just kept growing. It never even came off.
Yeah,
somebody's asking here, I drink a lot of water and my skin is dry. Okay, if you're drinking water and your skin is dry, it's because you're drinking non-mineralized, non-structured water, and also your body doesn't have the right elements in it. So I would recommend that you get our fascial foundation, our Iris CMOS through the fascial flow and the fascial foundation products. Let's see what else what is good H2 water machines available in Europe? You guys ship to Europe, right?
Yep, ship all around the world. So the machine, I've seen the question come up a couple times. What machine are you talking about? The machines that we're talking about are created by a company called Alcaviva, and the machines, the Alcaviva has been in the industry for close to 20 years. They have the best filtration that you're going to get. The maintenance, like you said, is not needed like it is with other ionizers, whether it's the original one or not. Another key thing that a lot of people don't really realize is when you make the strong alkaline and acidic waters with some of the ionizers that are also available on the market, you need to add an electrolysis solution. It just creates more cost and inconvenience to you, whereas you don't need to do that with its machines. They have the power in them to pump that pH high enough so that you can remove the oil-based pesticides and herbicides that are on your fruits and vegetables. When you're at such a high pH, it will emulsify and saponify oils to remove those oil-based pesticides. Once those pesticides are done, you use the acidic water that we've talked a few times about now on that as well to kill any leftover bacteria or viruses that didn't get taken off with when the pesticides were taken off.
Cool. So, so for people that want to know more, there's lots of questions in here we're already generating.
Yeah.
And want to know more watching this, even if they're watching this afterwards, they can go to H2 Water Experts on Instagram. And knowing that, guys, we not only support this, we use this product. Shane is internal for us. we care so much about it that he's working answering questions. So if you have a question for it, he'll be there to answer. And you're having some pretty good conversations. I get people back all the time saying that you really helped them.
Well, and that's great to hear, because I love to know that I'm helping people. Intisar, actually, that you were just chatting with, she has a machine. So that should be out there for her. Yeah, pretty awesome. It was really cool to see Intisar on there, and I'm like, oh, hey, I know her. That's awesome.
Came on at the exact same time, by the way.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, you both.
That's awesome.
Live. When she came live, you came live right under her, and I'm like, okay.
Oh, that's so funny. That's too bad we couldn't go on at the same time. That would be perfect. But
we're gonna fix that. We got some streaming software, so we'll be able to put like 10 people on at once. We're just in the process of doing it now. Yeah.
That's awesome. I can't wait for it. So just as a reminder for everybody that's asking, it's my Instagram is H2 Water Expert. Please go there and ask me, shoot me a message and ask me any questions. Before I hop off here quickly, I just want to show you actually something that I got yesterday. So this is a pH and TDS meter. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna debunk the whole alkaline myth here real quick. So yesterday, I live in BC. I live about an hour and a half away from you guys in Lions Bay. You know that even though we're surrounded by mountains, we have very low mineral content in our water. It's kind of weird, right? Yeah. So I tested that out. I checked, and yes, we had a 25 parts per million or ppm in our water, which is very, very soft. It's almost close to reverse osmosis water, which means you need to mineralize your water here. But our water is also, the regular tap water is 8.5 pH, which is pretty alkaline, especially for tap water. I was actually surprised it was that alkaline. Wow. If the alkalinity and the pH was actually helping you, then everybody in BC would all be good to go. It would be all super healthy, wouldn't it? Yeah. Like, I mean, that kind of debunks the whole myth right then and there. And so then I checked after, because I've obviously got a remineralization filter for my machine. I checked, and the TDS was at 75 after coming out of the machine, which is perfect. That's right where you want it, especially for our machines. Oh, hey, Chaos. Chaos, I always get a little worried when Chaos walks behind your shoulder in these live videos. But yeah, the TDS was 75. The hydrogen was a nice therapeutic 1 ppm. pH was about 9.8. It was perfect. So yeah, it's the whole, if the alkalinity was really helping you, then you'd be good to go just drinking the tap water here. So you're in Vernon. Awesome. I love people local.
Personal question with our machine.
Yep.
So we're going to order a filter from Mexico. Let's see how that works. I'm not sure exactly, but I'm sure we'll get through. But yeah, we're putting filter because of the way we are. We bring the water up and we bring well water up. We filter it, so we put filtered water into the filter.
Yep.
So is that
Mexico? You should. And in many places, like for example, in Ohio, with the train derailment there with the vinyl chloride in the water, I actually do recommend a bundle of doing our whole home filtration system with the ionizer as well.
Okay, cool. So
having that double filtration in certain areas, like in Mexico or in Ohio, is not a bad thing.
So our water that comes up from the well is actually pretty good. It's a cenote, but it's still a well. So when it says we need a filter, is it just because of volume, or is it measuring the plugging of the filter? Is it just said it's hit a volume? Because the water
it would be, my guess is it would be the volume. It would be because of the volume.
Yeah, so most likely, well, because we have filtered water going in, so it's just basically listening to another thing saying, change my filter, please.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's just telling you that, hey, you guys are ripping through the water, and that's good. That means you guys are getting good use out of the machine. People are getting healthier. You're getting the benefits of the alkaline and acidic water. That's awesome. Someone asked here quickly, is your actual website H2 Water for Life? It's funny you say that. No, it's not. I do know the guy that runs that site. I've had a very interesting conversation with him. I think I must have. I reached out to him for 10 portable hydrogen water generators, and I guess he woke up on the wrong side of the bed because he misunderstood me, and we got into this big argument. That was a really weird situation. But no, we are not H2 Water for Life. The link is in the bio, in my H2 Water expert
And
page.
you can go to the link in our bio, and you can find it as well.
That's what I was going to say to you. Obviously we are working together, and I'm working with you guys. I want to help you guys with, funding your projects and stuff. So, obviously anybody, when you reach out to me from watching this or through this, please, just let me know, oh, hey, I saw you on the live with Human Garage and stuff, and we'll get you all sorted out, get you set up with the right machine for you, nothing more, nothing less, and make sure that you're set up to take care of everything.
Hey, awesome, man. Thank you so much. Good talking to you.
Thank you so much. I'll tell you this, man. The next live we do, I gotta come down to Mexico. It's so cold up here.
Mexico, I tell you, they're gonna keep it snowy up there. Oh, by the way, you saw them burning the snow in Toronto?
Oh yeah,
they took the snow and they burn it. It's like, yeah, that none of that snow up there is being produced naturally. It's being produced chemically, and they actually took the snow and they lit the snow on fire. And I'm like, oh yeah, I don't want to be putting that in my mouth.
No, this is not the type of snow that you go out and get excited about and play in. Stay clear aware.
Why we need the maneuvers. This is why we need the hydration. This is why we need the supplements
exactly.
Right now. It's because this is all happening to us. We're being sprayed like we're insects in a farm.
Yeah, this is good analogy. I couldn't agree more.
Okay, buddy. Thank you so much.
All right, buddy. Thank you. Talk to you soon.
Take care.
Bye.
Okay. So anything help with pain from nerves in the legs, lower back pain. So nerves in the pain. Okay, first of all, quite often it's not nerve pain, but if you have chronic dehydration, those nerves go through the fascia, and if that fascia is dehydrated, when you move, that nerve doesn't floss properly and it shoots a pain signal. So the first thing is, if you have nerve pain, it's been constant, I do the lower reset, and this is for it looks like Tinnitus 88. Can't read very well. Again, I'm having light issues. Not that I can read it anyways, but what I would do is I would say that you do the lower reset. You do that twice a day. Get diatomaceous earth, Irish sea moss. Usually it'll go away. I was born April 10th. My due date was the 1st. Oh, Grace, my sister's the 1st. Just thank God you didn't end up at the 1st, because her birthdays have always been a trick. There's always been a joke around it. I have endometriosis, abdominal wall, so painful, muscle burning from mass, Okay, so endometriosis, first of all, chronic dehydration is the primary reason for pain, I find, because the fascial tissue is trying to expand. It doesn't have the elasticity to do so, so everything is in pain. So diatomaceous earth, Irish sea moss, the lower reset, do it twice a day, especially before your cycle. Do it twice a day during your cycle and once a day afterwards. And long term, I would do the 28-day reset because there's other issues going on. What about cats that have osteoarthritis? So give your cats about a teaspoon of diatomaceous earth, or your dogs, put in their food, and also give them a cat half a power curd, and give them every day. You'll see the osteoarthritis. Usually within a week or two, it goes away. Leo, what are you doing eating the fence? Leo's eating the fence. Drink a lot of water. My skin's dry. That's because you're not absorbing it. Water machine's talking about Alka-Viva. That's for there. Let's get up a little bit here. Let's see. What about well water? No, well water has minerals in it, and it has elements in it, but it's usually specific to the area. So it's better than non-mineralized water, but it won't have the range of it. So quite often it will take your body out. If I put too much of one mineral in, the body has to rebalance it somehow. So that's why the Irish sea moss has 94 of the 102 minerals your body needs. Each mineral, I believe, has a pathway, a circuit, like it's a circuit board. It fires a circuit that goes through your fascia. Have you heard about Silveric for helping structure water? Yeah, there's a lot of different water structuring devices out there. Just, read around, do your research. Most of them all work. But structuring water depends on what you're structuring, because changing the structure of water, you put it through a crystal, that means you've changed the structure, but is it an H3O2? You want it in the form that comes naturally in nature, in a plant. The way it works in water in nature is it goes in a pool and spins, and the sun's there. So spinning it in the sun, I've seen people create a little vortex in a glass jar and just let it sit out there, and that actually structures your water too. You don't have to buy expensive devices. There's lots of ways to do it. Yeah, not H2. Yeah, H2 Water Experts on Instagram. Okay. Can you please state the website where you buy these products? So you can buy our products. You can go to the link in the bio, our bio, and buy it, or it's on our humangarage.net. Do you need sales reps? No, we don't sell stuff. Actually, our whole organization, if you buy something, you're contributing to a cause, to us, to helping create more content. We have one thing that we sell, which is some supplements that we own. We get a small commissionable component off of things that we recommend. We recommend only things that we use. We make all of our content accessible. So people, right now, our 28-day reset, our lifestyle Earth program is completely free. Some people contribute. We encourage people to. We're putting up a whole bunch of new donation buttons so that people can donate more. Right now, we intend on never having a team. We don't like to sell products. What we like to do is educate people. If you want to buy, we'll get you help. Now to fascia. Where do I begin? Okay, guys, I'm feeling a little bit drained. Actually, I feel a little bit in my stomach. I'm gonna do anti-gravity. You guys want to do it with me? 4 components to anti-gravity. We're gonna look up and breathe, and look down and breathe. We're gonna rotate our head like this. We're going to squat and go side to side. We're gonna go full squat, come back up like this. Do it with me. Take your hands, put behind your head, lift the skin up on the back of the neck. Okay? Look up and breathe 3 times. 2, 3. Chin to chest. Breathe 3 times through the mouth. 2, 3. 3 times to the nose. 2, 3. Breathe through the mouth and hold it. Look up to the right and exhale down. Breathe to the left. Exhale down. Breathe to the right and down. Breathe to the left and down. Breathe to the right and down. Breathe to the left and down. Awesome. Now squat. A skier squat sideways like this. Breathe in, up to the right and down. Breathe in, left and down. Breathe in, right and down. Breathe in, left and down. One more. Right and down. Left and down. Full squat. And when you get down here, breathe 6 times. Breathe in. 2, 3. Through the nose. 2, 3. Okay. Oof. Hey, Leo. Hey, Bella. Whew. Yeah, I just got really tired, and I got a lot of stomach stuff that came up there after those lies. And it could have been just my reaction. It could have been something going on with them, but I definitely felt it, and I just wanted to clear that trauma out of my way. Whatever it was, doesn't matter. Where to begin? someone who's never tried this. If you've never tried this, go to the link in the bio. Start with the 15-minute stress reset and the organ reset. If you want to bump it up, go for the lower reset or the upper reset, which is on our YouTube, and again, on the link in our bio. Are dogs dehydrated too? Absolutely. Animals tend to be, well, a little less dehydrated by nature, but it depends. If they're eating and drinking what we are, and we're giving them our water, for sure. We're giving them demineralized water. It works the same for them too. Bottom of your foot pain near ball of foot. Okay, if you're gonna go bottom of your foot pain near ball of foot, let's talk about that. I'll bring up a chart here. Favorites. I'm just gonna bring up a chart, so give me a second here. And this is one of my favorite ways to look at it. There's different ways to look at it, but I just like to get a good idea of what organs may be affected. Okay, here we go. So you'll see that around the ball of the foot, you're going to see that you have lungs there. So most likely the emotion that you're processing is grief. On top of that, what affects that is desire, which is the stomach on the top of the foot has an effect. And so if you look at that map there, and when you have, this is why walking our feet, bare feet, this is why like using Vivobarefoot shoes, that's why I use them, because when I walk, my feet, they get all the undulations. Like when I'm walking to the center here, I'm the guy who's the pavement's all cracked. I'm walking in every crack because I want the undulation. But you can see it's affecting your lungs around the ball of the feet. I hope that helps. Super, super, super powerful. Okay, let's go up and see what else is there. Second. Okay. It's a lower and upper reset, simply combinations. Yeah, so basically what it is that there's 10 movements. The 10 movements take about 45 minutes to do. They are global movements in every aspect. The reset is a couple global movements and a couple specific movements that help that part of the body in particular. So that's what the upper and lower resets are for. I would still do the 45-minute class. Like pretend you're going to the gym, do it twice a week, 3 times a week. And then do the upper reset or the lower reset around that. That's the best way. But if you're quickly just trying to get out and do something, if you're quickly, I got like 20 or 30 minutes, just do that. And then guys, learn the resets. I mean, most people, they've learned it, they don't go back. It's not something that everybody's going back. But like you're standing in line, just do this. I'll do this when I'm talking to somebody. I'll just stand like this. Breathe. Like that. I wonder if I can play a video. I'm gonna see if I can play a video. If I can, I'm gonna show you the first time that we did this. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like I can. It looks like I can play a video. I'm gonna see if this works. I'm just gonna try this out. Let's try something out from what we did the other day. Okay. Oh, you guys, this actually works. Oh, cool. New feature. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to use it today. Now that I figured out how it works, I'm going to use this. I'm going to show you guys some videos and talk next time. Because I want to show you some stuff that we do on the weekend or when we're around here. Okay, I always had cracked heels. Yes, diatomaceous earth will help with the cracked heels. Also, there's a lot of cracked heel formulas. I encourage you to use those as well. Hit the send button. Let's see okay. I'm struggling with night driving, bright lights, sensitive. There's a lot of different reasons for that. And I would look at light sensitivity. There's some foods and some exercises you can do, but normally what we like to do is take the body out of stress all over the place. I will be getting rid of these soon. I'm going to pattern myself out of them, but they survived while my face was torqued and my eyes weren't doing it. That was what causing me to have this real issue in night vision too. So I was having to make everything brighter. You see me still trying to make things brighter every once in a while, but that will go away. Okay. Check here. I have hypothyroidism, gut issues. Iodine and seaweed have always bothered me. I'm afraid. Okay, yeah, if you take iodine and seaweed differently. If you take iodine separately, yeah, it's going to have a chance to bother you. You take Irish sea moss, I don't think you're going to have that. And Stacy, the reason why these things bother you is because the fascial tissue is still contracted. So you could be taking iodine, Irish sea moss, And if you don't have enough silica in your body, you're not going to absorb it properly, and you're going to get the deleterious or the negative effects. So make sure you get some diatomaceous earth first, and then you won't have any problems. And guys, supplements are not a cure for anything. Movement is a cure. Do the upper reset or the lower reset. Full body muscle twitching. Okay, this is for yes, darling. I think yes, darling. Sorry again. I'm really struggling to see right now. It's just one of those low level lights and it doesn't let me see the text. So it says low level muscle testing driving me nuts, or twitching driving me nuts. Okay, hold on a second here. I'm gonna go over. I want to get out of the light. I keep trying to move around to get a better spot, but we get weird lights some days. Today's one of those days. Full body muscle twitching driving me nuts. Blood work normal, no minerals or electrolyte. Sorry, no minerals or electrolytes. Take the twitching away. Yes, okay. Mold toxicity might be the issue. Very, very, very common for that. But first of all, you can take all the minerals you want. If you don't have silica, the minerals don't work, and that's most likely what's happening. You're being depleted as a society from silica. Barium's in our air. It's taking away our body silica. So get diatomaceous earth, Irish sea moss, and do the fascia maneuvers. The twitching, in my opinion, is signals through the fascia that are not being resolved by the muscle skeletal system. I know when I say it that way, it sounds simple, but there's a lot that goes to it. Doing the fascial maneuvers will get the adhesions so that the signals can get through, get the adhesions out of the way, and the diatomaceous earth and Irish sea moss will work. If you can get the foundation, yes, darling, if you can get the foundation bundle of supplements on our website, the Power Kirk 30 will loosen up the tissue right away. It's super powerful. What about Achilles tendonitis? Tendonitis showed up 6 months ago. Oh, vertigo. Okay, those are all connected. I would do the 28-day reset, but short of that, upper reset, lower reset. Rotate those each day and do the Barefoot Sprinter 1 and 2 routines. Rotate those every day. You should be through the vertigo and the Achilles tendon within a month. Normally, you'll get through it in that time. I always had cracked heels. Yes, diatomaceous earth. Hit the send button. Seaweed are going to have bothered me. Okay. Any tips for neck, shoulder stiffness, and pain? Yes. Just go do the 15-minute stress reset, or better yet, do the upper reset on our YouTube. It's through the link in the bio. That should go away within 1 or 2 times of doing it. If it's not going away, there's usually, if you do any of these maneuvers consistently, twice a day for a week, and the full body set, and you don't have a change in your symptoms of some sort, almost always it's dehydration. Lower upper reset, simply combined, yes, there are combinations. Ear ringing, please. So this is for ear ringing. DM us and say I have tinnitus. We'll send you a piece on that and what to do, what to look at. There's a lot of different things. We talk about it a lot on here, so I don't want to do it today. Swollen from pregnancy, child is now 13. Diastasis recti is probably what it is. Usually it's because the body compresses during pregnancy, and if it doesn't elongate, then what happens is there's a protrusion here. It looks swollen. As the body builds its structure, the shoulders, the pressure gets off the fascia here and builds up, and that's what the resets will do for you. Usually that will go away. I'll show you an example here. Let me show you a woman who has gone through, and just take a look at what it looks like, okay? Here we go. Let's do this one. Okay, so you see the belly on the far left side. Now, that's pretty common today. There's a lot of pressure coming in here. It's because the intestines down here are stuck. But you see, as she goes forward, this is 2 months, that area starts to elongate. So she gets taller. And I don't know, I think my face may be on the top of it, but she's substantially taller by the course of about 1.5 inches after the 2 months. This is how you get rid of that belly issue. It's not really the belly issue. It's the fact that you're compressed and it has to go out somewhere. So when you decompress, it'll go up. For me, I had this issue came up when I started working with fascia when my belly was protruding. I couldn't figure it out. And it's just like a baby. You look at babies, their bellies protrude. That's because they're growing. Bellies protrude, they grow. Bellies protrude, they grow. That's just how the body works. So you can go back and fix that. We're in Toronto, got a 30-centimeter dump. Wow. Chemical snow. Yes. Something new for me is more rashes, swallowing, lots of mucus. Yes. So, guys, you're being toxed in your daily lives everywhere, and there's virtually nobody that's not getting this in some form. If you're in one of the major G40 nations, it's in your air, it's in your water, it's in your food. And the best way against this, the body is meant to heal itself. You're not taking a whole bunch of supplements and stuff like that. Get your body hydrated, get the inflammation down, move the body, get it breathing. It will take care of itself in every circumstance. IBS, gut gas. Just do our lower reset for IBS and gut gas. And then, IBS, sorry. Take the Foundation Bundle of Supplements. It was designed for Crohn's, colitis, and IBS. Foundation Bundle of Supplements. Works right away. You'll feel a relief usually right away, but doing the maneuvers. Again, if you're not doing the maneuvers, don't. Hello, Dr. Akira, EVA. Hello. Where are you from? What kind of doctor are you? Out of curiosity. Thank you for joining. Love what you do, Shikru. I've been doing coffee routine. Yeah, fascial coffee. Let's do the fascial coffee. That's what I need. I need a fascial coffee. So let's do a fascial coffee. Guys, let's do it with me. Takes about 90 seconds to do it. Okay, take your right arm, inside of the left arm, go down, and then up. Down the inside, up the outside. 3 times. Then down the elbow, all the way down rib cage. Do it on the other side, down the inside, outside, inside, outside. So down, out, up, down. Okay, hand on the right hip. Go to the left hip, go up, go over, and down. This way. Against digestion, rub here. It's because your digestion is always moving the other direction, so giving it a break. Okay, over the chest, over the shoulders, 3 times each side. Down the thighs, all the way down to the toe, up the inside of the thighs, and right to the crotch. Don't be scared. Touch right up to the pubic bone, makes a difference. Okay, from the baby toes, all the way up the IT bands, up the rib cage, up the Achilles, all the way up the back. So from the back of the legs all the way up. Okay, now what you're going to do is we're going to do on the neck, each side, over the head 3 times, across the eyes, the nose, back 3 times, down the jawline 3 times. I think I didn't know if I did this side of the neck or not. Back of the neck, back of the hair. I think I got it all. Oh, shoulders. That was funny. Forgot what I was doing halfway through it. How do I forget? I created it. Okay. No, that felt really good. Woke me up. I had a lot of shifts this morning. Thank you so much. I'd order them all today. Start with DE. Yes, please do that. I'm going to look into a water system, but spring water not better. Yeah, spring water is good. It just depends on where you are. Pennsylvania, you got to get it tested. If you're there, you don't know the water table in the United States has been so polluted by chemicals that we thrown in the toilets, we put into landfills. It's pretty brutal, so you got to check it out. Bought your bundle package. How long should I take them? Okay, Christine, go download, go to the link in the bio, download the supplement guide. And these are just to get your body started. And then you want to replace as much as you can with food. So you want to eat more silica-rich foods. You want to eat more anti-inflammatory foods as you go along. Usually about 3 months to get your body reset. And then from there, you can start reduce it or take it away, and then see how your body changes and add stuff back in and play around with it. There's no set number for everybody. Everybody's different. And this is part of it, is everybody wants like a set, hey, I do it for this long, because they don't understand how to listen to their body. But as you're doing fascial maneuvers, you'll learn how to listen to your body really, really well. So it's a great question, but 3 months is usually the kind of average to take them for heavier doses. And then we have them, like for me, like if I go work out really, really heavy, I'll take some power curve. If I'm swimming a lot in the ocean, which I've been doing a lot, I'll take more sea moss, because the salt's drying me out. So it just depends on what your use is. Constantly in fight or flight due to childhood trauma. Okay, if you are in fight or flight, it doesn't matter when the trauma came. It's because the body can't express the trauma. Why can't the body express trauma? It's because normally it's dehydrated. Normally that is constricted in the fascia. So once you start doing fascial maneuvers, that's why this is the best trauma relief tool that we have ever had, the fascial maneuvers. It works great here. So as you start to reduce the stress daily, around the 28th day, then your body goes, oh, it's safe to let this out because I have a mechanism to work it through the body. Like if you go dancing every day for 28 days, your body's going to go, oh, it's safe to let more trauma out. You guys, it really is. It's about movement. Fascial maneuvers are just an effective way to get movement back into the body. But at the end of it, you don't want to be doing fascial maneuvers all your life. Leo, out of there. Look at you. Leo gets up in the chair. And I'm not going to go get him. I'm going to go get him. Okay, guys, here's what I'm talking about. There's Leo. Leo. Okay, out of the chair. Out of the chair. Come on. Get out. You know. Come on. You know. Get out. Okay, gotta have some boundaries somewhere. Gotta have some boundaries somewhere. He's a funny one. He likes to test boundaries. He really, really, really tests boundaries. So super, super funny, super cute. Having them here has been wonderful for us. It's been a real eye opener. Because these dogs, it's like they came into our lives, right at a very special time. So they're now part of our architecture here. Knots in scapula, upper goes. Yeah, so knots in scapula, you guys, if you're having knots in your scapula, the upper and the lower reset are ones to do, but one of the most powerful ones to pull that up is to grab back here as far as you can. Like literally grab the skin down here as far as you can. Pull your chin to your chest, stretch over like this, and then straighten up your spine and breathe, and just lightly go back and forth slowly. Then squat over a bit more, do the same thing, back and forth. And then a full squat. And when you get down to full squat, put your elbows as far as you can to the floor, look as far as you can up, pull down on the neck and the traps, come on up. That'll help you with those knots. So do that with the upper reset. Super, super, super powerful. I love that one myself. How to deal with adolescent epilepsy. So I had epileptic seizures, but I didn't know that I was having them. I just woke up on the ground and I could blame things like I got hit, partying too much when I was younger. So what happened? Yeah, power curve and that will work. What I would do for the epileptic seizures is 16-year-old, have her do the upper and lower reset each day. You'll start to see the seizures go down. What happens is as the serotonin and dopamine start to open up through here, I also find that the seizures abate or get less. I haven't had a seizure. Like I had them through my life, but I didn't know they were seizures. Like I didn't identify them as seizures. But I had 8 concussions, 6 of them caused by these seizures. Like I was seized and then fell down and smashed my head. So that's part of what I was working through myself. I know that when I work with kids with epilepsy, I know that if I get the stress down twice a day and I do that for 28 days, they virtually have no seizures. And everybody's a little different, but I have a completely different view of what a seizure is. I see seizures as the body's way of trying to do something good, and the musculoskeletal system is restricted. So I believe this process, most people that I have personally worked with no longer have seizure or symptoms of it. Isn't silica harmful? Isn't that what breathe? Okay, yeah, that's for yes, yes, darling. Okay, you're going to find something, if you're just waking up to healthcare, you're going to find that when something is really good for you, you're going to have a lot of opposition towards it. You're going to have a lot of opposition because there's a lot of people that don't necessarily want those good things to happen for you, because then you're not dependent upon pharmaceuticals and other things, treatments and stuff like that. So first of all, yeah, if you're in a factory and you're breathing silica, it's going to clog up your lungs. It's not going to clog up your lungs in your daily usage, okay? Silica itself we are made of silica. We are, our body is 70% water, 25% silica, sand, and 5% bacteria and viruses and stuff like that. So we are silica. And it's just like saying, is mercury bad for you? But diatomaceous earth has mercury and tin. In ratio, all of these things are already in our body that need to be there. We demonize them because we pull it out. And also people say silica dehydrates because initially it starts taking water from your system and peeing it out because it's letting your body use the water that was sitting there stagnant. So yeah, long-term use, guys. I've been taking silica now for 4 years straight, 5 years straight. My skin is soft and supple. My ears are like a baby. I have complete mobility in my joints. Hair grew back. Went from gray to checkered, like salt and pepper again. Went from dirty gray to salt and pepper, to then silvery blondie gray, which is my color as a child. So yeah, I get what you're reading. This is why the world's a confusing place. You have to trust somebody at some point. We open up all of our information behind the scenes. We share the good and the bad. If something goes wrong, we share it. In our lifestyle artist group, you'll see us arguing and fighting about treatment or anything. It's like, we want the truth to be there. We want you to make the decision. So as you get into our 28-day reset, you start to get into our world. As you go into our lifestyle artist program, you see everything. We've had cameras on us 24/7, with the exception of sleeping. We've had cameras on us for 4 years, and all that video is available and coming out and more because we want everybody. They get to a point in their life and they say, okay, I'm here now. They make up a story as to why they're there, which is partially true, but you're missing all the little details. They don't want to show you the pain or the different things. And this is not a true accurate representation. So on the outside, you're like, well, how did they do it? How come they didn't seem like they had that pain. They weren't arguing. They weren't fighting. Yeah, we were doing all that shit. So we show it to you. We're open book, 100% open book. And as soon as we're looking for 2 more social media people, 1 person for creating content, 1 for documenting, and 1 more videographer that travel, live, and work with us. If you're looking for a job, we're not paying money. We are not for profit. You will get an amazing experience. You'll have people. You know how much money people offer us to come and stay with us for 28 days? $250,000. Why not? Rehabs are $150,000 to $250,000 for the best rehab. We're the best rehab in the world, I think. And so what you get is you get the benefit of that experience working with us, and you get to go through your own process and help and heal your body. Lisa's a great example. Follow her stories, and everything will be provided for you. But it's like Doctors Without Borders. You come for 6-month minimum term and work with us. And if you're in those areas, we want to talk to you. But you have to be in our programs. Otherwise, just bringing you up to the way we think, the way we work, the way we talk. You wouldn't know if you were the best cinematographer, best social media person in the world. You wouldn't know what's important until you've been through the programs. It's just the way it is. So we're looking for people who have gone through the program. So if you want to work with us, go through the programs. Which fascial maneuvers is for belly, lower reset? Yeah, lower reset is the one that you want to use for belly, anything with your belly. Mast cell activation syndrome. I often get a flare up. Okay, yeah, mast cell activation. So basically, get the body out of stress. It doesn't matter what your diagnosis is. Take your body out of stress twice a day. Keep it hydrated, get it breathing, get it moving, and every diagnosis changed. It's impossible for a diagnosis not to get better if you take your body out of stress twice a day. It's impossible. Our bodies are not made like that. The body is the healing mechanism, not the medication. So if the healing mechanism is busted and we have to put in medication just to get basic function, then we're relying upon the medication. But if you get the body back into the healing state, it just works. It starts to heal itself. Bye, Gary. Need to sleep now. Well, obviously, you're somewhere in the world. Where are you? God. It's getting hard for me to see right now because of light. Oh. Will the 28-day reset help me quit something? Yes. Yeah. I've tried patches. Yeah. 28-day reset. So it doesn't matter whether it's drugs you're addicted to or anything. Addictions, first of all, we're addicted to food. And then we're addicted to the emotions and hormones that go along with food and eating food. So when you get a better form of that drug, your body, a more natural form, your body gravitates to that. So once you take your body and you get a serotonin rush through doing the maneuvers after 28 days, your body just says, I don't want that anymore. Now, that doesn't mean, don't beat yourself up if you've been doing drugs or smoking cigarettes, whatever, and you go back after 28 days and you smoke again or do the drugs, because that's actually, you have to do that properly. You need to actually get the contrast, because people are like, they go to, let's say AA, they're like, I've been 10 years sober. And I've worked with a lot of the people from AA, the leaders, like people that have been sober for like 20, 25 years. After a single treatment of doing fascia work, I've seen almost all of them go back. They relapsed. Almost every person I worked with that was a major leader in AA relapsed after a single treatment. And the reason why is because their body gets all the serotonin, the rush, the dopamine starts coming back, and they had been white knuckling it for 2 decades. And they're like, wow, that last time I remember that was when I got high. So they want to go get high to get the contrast. They find out it's not as good. You need to do that. You need to have an addictive process. You need to get out of it with a new level of addiction. This feels good. You need to go back. And when you go back and try it, don't demonize yourself. That's what keeps you there. Go there and go, okay, I don't want that anymore. And then move back. That's how it works, guys. It's like people, they're like I've beaten something. I've never gone back to it. You haven't beaten it. You're going to get it. You're doing it in other areas of your life. You're only kidding yourself if you think you've beat it. Doing stress reset for a couple weeks and getting husband. Getting flushed in the face. Sorry if you already answered. No, if you're getting flushed in the face, that's normal. That's blood flowing. But do the upper reset, and that'll open up your face. So just don't do the stress reset. Go to the YouTube and do the upper reset, or go to our link in the bio. Golfer's elbow. Golfer's elbow. Do the upper reset, and do the seated elbow torque. You can get that in the seated maneuvers. That will help you, and do that twice a day. Should go away pretty quick. Do tattoos have an effect on immune system? Yeah. During the 80s, you remember like why the organ transplant list is so tight to get on right now? It's because during the 80s, all the livers were going out. We couldn't keep a liver in stock in the United States. Why? Because the Yakuza was buying them. Because they have full tats, neck all the way down, and their livers go away right away. So yeah, absolutely. It's going to affect your immune system. But that being said, is that you can remediate the tattoos. That's what the fascial maneuvers do. And the maneuvers themselves get open, and then the fascial maintenance work is what opens it up. And I would encourage you opening up all your tattoos. Chronic mouth ulcers. You know what? My tongue is swollen right now. I had a big release in here on my left side, and then my tongue swelled up. And this would happen. I used to get this when my immune system would get weak. And I'm just going through this big shifting right now. So funny when you said that. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like guarding my tongue right now. That usually goes away in 2 days. Can you recommend anything for husband ED? Yes, I do. If you want to get rid of erectile dysfunction, have your husband take the foundation bundle of supplements and have him do the lower reset 1 to 2 times per day. Over the course of 7 to 14 days, you'll start to notice a change. You can get some great herbs from the vitamin store for ED, your local vitamin store or supplement store. If you have a Chinese medicine store, they'll have things like male silkworms. They'll have tribulus, formulas with tribulus, with long jack, and a couple other ones that will help for immediate for circulation. And we do have a natural ED product coming out in about 6 months, which works for both male and female and makes you happy and giddy at the same time. And it's natural. But get the stress out for ED. And people are trying to get more testosterone. Take your stress out twice a day. You're taking more testosterone boosters and estrogen blockers. Just take the stress out. It's so freaking crazy what I see people doing. Brand of silica, diatomaceous earth, or silica from horsetail. Yeah, silica. You go download our supplement guide. Go to the link in the bio. Download our supplement guide. It'll tell you. It's not just about. It tells you why we recommend them. It's important for you to understand the why, because if you just take it and you believe me and it works, that's one thing. But if you don't understand why, you don't know how to solve the issue next time you have an issue. You don't know why it happened. What brand of silica? Diatomaceous earth, or just get our fascial foundation. It works. Hi Gary, do you ever do one-on-one classes? No. Actually, that's not true. There's a number of people with very severe cases, usually children that are on the spectrum. Like I'm working with some that are nonverbal, don't walk, can't talk, stuff like that. And we're moving them to this young girl named Luca. You're going to see a story about soon. Just turned 13, had never talked. And she's now saying, I love you and stuff like that to her parents. That's the kind of work I do in person. We do in-person retreats. We're starting them back up again. We'll have 12 centers by the end of this year. If you want to sign up for a retreat, go to our newsletter, go to the link in the bio, and get on our waiting list. But the first people that get picked for our retreats are ones that have been through our 28-day reset and our lifestyle artist program. Now, the reason why is because if you've done all that work and you come to a retreat, I know you're going to get a benefit out of it. If you just want to come in hot, chances are you're going to spend the first 3 quarters of the retreat just getting on hot. And that's not going to help anybody. You guys have anything to say about chronic dry eyes? Yeah, dry ducts problems. Yeah, okay. So dry eyes, dry ducts. Here's what I do. Don't want to treat with medicine. You're going to have to get hydration back in your body. Means your fascial tissue, almost 100% for certain, in my opinion, is dehydrated. The foundation bundle supplements will get you back there. You plan on that for about 3 months, because if you're at that level, you're probably been dehydrated for a bunch of years. And then do the upper reset. So upper reset 1 to 2 times per day. Diatomaceous earth, Irish sea moss, required. I don't think you're going to get out of it without it, to be honest with you, in today's world. Recommendation maneuvers for older neurological horse. Not really sure what that meant. Prostate cancer. Guys, cancer. Our body is meant to heal. We can grow a half a liver when we cut it in half. Why don't we get rid of cancer tissue, cancer cells that come up every day? It's because something is blocking us. Take the stress out, hydrate the body, move it, get it oxygen. Do things like the H2 water, take our supplements. Our supplements have been proven, the Power Kirk is proven scientifically to work on inflammatory processes. Cancer is an inflammatory process. It's been approved by Health Canada as a COVID treatment. It's looking to be looked at as a COVID cure. This stuff works, man. If it works at that level, it's going to work on cancer too. We can't say anything cures anything. And because honestly, you're never cured. You're cured. Cured means that you never have a problem. So our bodies are constantly in flow. Cure is like in Bug's life, it's insectopia. It's never ever going to get there. It's this blessed place that you're never going to be. You're never going to be cured. You're going to be in flow, meaning that your body has the ability to deal with the environment as things come up. You deal with it. People go, I've never been sick in 30 years. And I'm like, oh my God, I am so sorry. Let's work on something. I feel really bad that you haven't been sick. Man, it's been, hey, Kettle Buddha, I've been doing 28-day reset for 3 months. When should I do lifestyle? I think, hey, Kettle Buddha, you should be in the lifestyle artist program right now. We just started one. The next one starts April. So get in the next one, get in the interview, go back in the 28-day reset. I think on the last page, you can join the Lifestyle Artist. And we screen everybody before they come in, but I mean, I feel like I know you because I see all your content. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay. Okay, guys, I think I've been almost 2 hours here, so I'm at the end of my rope here. Look for this to be streaming on all channels soon. What coming up here is we have if you're looking for a guided 28-day reset, the very first one starts March 15th. You can actually, I think we might have the link in our bio. If we don't, we will have it. But you can go to my brain just went. Gravity Collective. Go to Gravity Connect Collective, and you can sign up for the 28-day reset guided. You can sign up for it on our 28-day reset. What they do is they have a $400 guidance program that has a whole bunch of extra work, a bunch of meetups, a bunch of support groups that go with it. If you're looking for a little guidance, I suggest that you do that. Go over there. December 22nd. Wow, you're into like getting to the bottom line. You're looking for justice right now. You are. Okay, I'm looking forward to, yeah. So that 28-day reset starts on March 15th. It's guided and coached by Ryan. I think if you're looking for coaching, if you want help, that's the way to do it. Thank you, Kettle Buddha, for doing all you do. I know that you're working hard at this. I can't wait to meet you in person. I'm looking forward to it. So everybody, thank you so much. Take care. Have a great day. We'll see you soon.